Come on back in, honey. We got a new week, a new day, getting ready to jump into a new month in a few days. So on and get with us. I'm super excited to be here this morning, ladies. How are y'all?
Girl, the last will be first. This is the last week of October. And baby, the last will be first. I know it seems like, 2025, baby. Let me tell you, 2025 has some promises and some yes and amen. And baby, the last will be first. I need you to just keep that in your head all week. The last will be first. I know they said they was going to do what they were supposed to do and all that, but God said yes and amen. And that settles it. That settles all the debates.
Point blank, period. That's all that needs to be understood. That's all. Understood. God got your back. God has got you. He covers you. He sees you. He knows you. All the things that you stress and worry about, God already has it in mind. He already has you a part of the plan. And because of that, we don't need to worry. We don't need to be overwhelmed. And y'all know what? And that's easier said than done because it's a lot going on in the world today.
Yes, they said that we're not even going to be able to go grocery shopping anymore.
Baby, it's a lot of people stressed out and panicking because they're talking about cutting off SNAP benefits. And the sad thing about it is we're coming up on the holiday time. So if nobody, good morning, Shannon, if people didn't need it before, they're going to want it now.
They're going to want it now. I just wonder how that's going to work. Like, all orders have to go through online?
Online. That's state of Texas already announced that they're not going to release any benefits.
And the thing about it is, it's one thing when somebody gives you advance notice, because advance notice allows you to prepare.
Give me some time.
Give me a minute to figure out what I'm going to do. But when you just drop it on somebody a few days or, what have you, before the actual due date, that's just like going to work and somebody saying, okay, well, you know what, we don't have any money to pay you. But your bills, your mortgage is due, your car note due, all the things that you've committed to other people that you're going to pay them. It put yourself in the same position. No, maybe you're not the one that's receiving these benefits, but somebody is. And just like you rely on your paycheck, they were relying on that. And so it does or should cause us to have some compassion.
Yes.
Think about these children, and I'm gonna say,
and the elderly.
And what happens is now the government has shifted the responsibility to the people, but then if the people don't have it, then that means that the responsibility is going to be shifted to people who do. So that means that I saw somebody, gathering together, talking about, getting more food and snacks and things for kids, to have at school, because that might be the only solid meal that they're going to have. And so, Shannon said a lot of state workers not getting paid.
It is.
And do y'all remember back in the day, in our generation growing up, baby, they was trying to tell you get your good government job because that was like the end all and
Yeah,
be all. You
that
get your
was
good
the
government
job
Yeah,
job,
to
baby.
get.
They thought you had
yeah.
arrived and you done it. And the thing about it is, look how that has morphed
Yep.
into where it is now, where being on at a government job has now got you furloughed, has now got you in a position where you're not sure what that's getting ready to look like. And that to me lets you know that you have to stand on the fact that God is your source
Yes, and he
Mhm.
is the provider.
and he is the provider. And when you stand on that, it doesn't matter what else is going on in the world. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And I'm not saying you're not going to be overwhelmed and shaking, stressed out, and thinking like, what am I going to do? But there's something about trusting him. There's something about saying that if he made a way for me before, if he made a way for my mama now, and my cousin now, and my sister and auntie now, and other people that I know, then he's gonna work it out for me. He's not gonna let me. What is it? What's this verse I run back? I never saw the righteous forsaken or his
Or
seed beg
see
bread.
begging bread.
Yeah. Hmm.
And
One thing,
and
this is
at
a,
this point also, Proverbs 3, 5, 6, you should be
Come on,
leaning
Tina.
and depending out. Trust the Lord with all, like trust him. This is I truly believe that God has us in a season of how are you gonna trust me? Are you like we can't put more faith in this chair than we put in God. We go flop down in this chair with no problem, no hesitation. But now that we trying to figure out how we gonna pay our bills, how we gonna eat, girl, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, come on, StreamYard. I don't know what I'm going to do. What you're gonna do is trust the Lord with all your
Trust him.
heart. Lean not to your own understanding, because nobody's gonna understand all this. It's just foolery. It's politic. It's all about politics. It's all in that area, and all we can do is trust him. Trust him every day. Just tell him trust, and build your trust up. You have to build your trust up.
Amen. Amen. Run past you. We can ready to say something.
yeah, I was just gonna say this. Probably, I read something today, and someone was saying, or did I see it? I don't know. And she was saying perhaps this holiday season, instead of buying toys and stuff like that, buy food and reach out to your neighbors. I have a neighbor
Mm-hmm.
that down the street, single mom, and she hasn't received her child support. They're 3 checks behind sending her
Mm.
her child
Mm.
and on that and on WIC, and she has 2 young babies. So we, those of us that everybody is not where we are, and I keep saying that because everybody is not where we
Absolutely.
are. Our
Absolutely.
faith. So that do know better. This is when we step up. This is when you
Yeah.
show those in power that they're not stronger than the communities that we're in. So
Yep.
it's they
That's
just laid off
absolutely true.
25,000 um, workers in the IRS. 25,000. That's a lot
Wow.
of people.
That's a
That's
A lot
lot
of
of
besides.
people.
people.
It's a lot of
That's a
people who are blindsided because, again, you think that is job security because of where you are. And when you get hit with the realization that, oh, so now that affects me, I think God has put us in a position now where what we have always relied on, we can't rely on any longer.
Oh,
But
Apple
it should
girl.
shift the perspective. Good
Mhm.
morning, Jamal. It should shift the perspective to say that now I need to start having different priorities. Now I might just need to start having more love and kindness and compassion in my heart. Now I need to start having more empathy. Now we need to start thinking about pulling together as communities. Now you need to
Mm-hmm.
start thinking about, you know what, when the government can't provide, maybe you need to start growing. I love my sister-in-law posted a post this morning about her garden. You know, they've been gardening, you know, for the last couple of few years. And their community does that. And so we've got to start doing things and stop relying on other people to take care of us. We've got to start stepping out and shifting how we make sure. And there's another thing that I read that broke my heart, and I think I shared it with you all, but it was a teacher who was saying that the kids are coming in and they are so chatty. They just talking so much. I
Girl,
to be
their
honest.
mouths.
But the thing about it is, she said that when they get home, nobody talks to them. Nobody has
Mm-hmm.
time for them.
Mm-hmm.
Mama's like, you know what? You get somewhere and sit down and be still. Grandmama like, child, I'm trying to watch my TV. Daddy may not be around. Whatever it is, nobody's having conversations. And so the only people they have to talk to is when they get to school. So they want to
Mm-hmm.
have conversations. We got to get back to what they used to say, get back to the basics. Get back.
Yes.
Back in the day, family time, you didn't have no choice but to sit around and talk because y'all was all in that one room together watching that one little TV show on that one little TV and
Yep.
enjoying the heck out of it, right? You were all sitting
Yes.
down enjoying meals together. Whatever that meal, if your grandmama made a big pot of soup, then you all sit down and ate that
We
bowl
ate on
of
that
soup.
soup. We all.
Everybody ate the same thing, and everybody had, some cornbread or whatever to go with it, and it stretched and it
Yep.
filled you up, and you were able to go to sleep, and you weren't hungry. So we got to get back to what's important because
Yep.
life is changing. Life
Yep.
I never would have thought that in 2025 we would be experiencing some of the things that we've experienced.
Yes. This type of stuff
Never
ever.
thought, even when COVID was here, never thought we
Mm-mm.
would be walking around. Never thought I would be living in a time where I'm walking around with a mask just to go outside, or I'm not going outside because there's too much going on out there. You don't want to bring that into your household. That's a trying time, but look at us now. We don't have the
Yep.
mask on.
Yep.
Same thing for this. What the old people say, this too shall pass.
It will. It
Mhm.
shall pass.
But you gotta
And
get
not
through
on.
that.
Yes, Angela, I remember some of the best days was when my grandmother and us would sit at the kitchen table. Sit at the kitchen table. TV is not on, and we sitting there at the kitchen table just having conversation. And I remember trying to implement that into my household, sitting at the kitchen table. And my ex-husband was like, no, we want to watch a game or watch TV, entertainment. Like in their mind, they needed somebody to entertain them instead of all of us around the kitchen table. It's just something about the kitchen table to me. It just touched my heart when you can sit around a kitchen table and just conversate with one another, put phones down, turn the TV off, and let's just talk. What happened today at school? Now, why did that make you upset? What called like talk, deep talk? Because those type of communication teach us later how to have conversations with people. Our social ability now is very limited.
Socially awkward individuals. Socially
Like
awkward.
Well, we don't have these are things that have to be intentional. But we also have to realize that at back in the day, you had more than likely the dad was out working, not necessarily both parents were outside working. So when the kids came home from school, when the kids left for school, there was mom, there was food on the table, dad comes in, so forth and so on. That's not the reality
not
of
in my
today.
house.
Today you have single mothers that are working two and three jobs just to survive.
Oh,
I saw a
absolutely.
documentary yesterday where they were talking about the uh, minimum wage and how long it's been since the minimum wage has been raised. So when we talk about these things, although they're true, we would love to go back to our kitchen table talks, our parents in the house. But with what we have going on today, just today, we just 2025, we can't even go beyond that. This is a time where community matters because faith is action. The love of Christ is an action. It's how we act. It's how we build community. Those of us that, because everybody's not in church, everybody that lost their job is not a believer, everybody that lost their job is not a Christian. So when we go back to how Jesus uh, created or founded, let's say, the foundation of the New Testament church was all about community. Everybody shared everything. It was an active community that built the church, if that makes sense. So if we know that there are families that are going to lose their daggone snap, which it will, and most of them will be rural families. For me, getting ready to raise the price of Medicare, because you do have to pay for Medicare, some parts of Medicare. They're getting ready to raise that in 2026. So how do we respond? Then the community, the churches have plans set up on how they're going to find and help these people be fed. I don't care what level it is. Even if we're a small church, even if we got together just a few boxes of canned goods and whatever, which we do every year, and donate them to the school that is right in our neighborhood, so at least 2 or 3 families can be fed. We have got to show those that do not have the least of these. Jesus said, what you do for the least of these, you've done for me, right? So commiserating over the foolishness that we see going on, that's not going to encourage anybody. It's us. We have to step up in our own small ways. I'm not saying everybody's going to do it. I'm just saying in our own small ways. So my neighbor down the street knows that she can always come here and knock on that door. And whatever she needs. For Thanksgiving, I've already said, okay, so they're going to have Thanksgiving with us if they don't have this resolved by then. It's what we do, our small things. That's what makes the difference. Because what's going on is being labeled. Everybody that's doing all this chaotic stuff has labeled themselves as Christians. Well, maybe what God wants is that the real Christians stand up and show communities what we believe and how we share, because that's what we're gonna have to do. It's I can't even believe it. My Medicare is $170 something that comes automatically out of your Social Security check. If you bump that up to 2 or 3, then $200 or $300. And you're only giving 2.3% increase for cost of living. That's devastating to some elderly person who doesn't get what I get, who doesn't have a spouse, who doesn't have a family. Lady yesterday said her mother already received her letter her mother is 81 years old on disability, and they sent her a letter and told her that she would not be getting any SNAP benefits at all, and they would notify her when. That's crazy. What 81-year-old mother is gonna get out and go get a?
Exactly. You think how many people? You think about how many people are at Walmart greeting, because and as much as people say about certain things, just like how we talked about how people talk about Tyler Perry, Walmart at least opens up their doors to the elderly to give them a place to do something. Say what you want, say what you will. Not everybody does that, but they do give elderly people opportunities to come in and make money so that they can survive. Because the reality is, back in the day, you're thinking, when I get to 65,
I'm supposed to be chilling.
Social Security, I can start getting my Social Security, or 62, if it's early. But the reality is now they're pushing that time back. So by the time we get there, stronger for you and I'm gonna get there faster than you will. But even by the time I get there, I'm thinking I'm 58. By the time I get there, it may be that I'm 68 before I can drive. Or it may be that I'm 72 before I can drive. By the time you get there, it might be 75. We don't know, but the thing
then
about
75, if we haven't taken care of our bodies, if we don't have the longevity life, people start. I mean, I know it's no age of passing, but people start passing, like, we hate to say it, a lot earlier than they did before. My great grandmother was 100 years old when she passed. Her daughter was 85. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? And her younger daughter was 73 years old. So yes, she lived a long life, but look at the lifespan. It's different.
Almost a 30-year difference. Just in that example right there.
But I'm glad that Angela brought this up, because too many folk that are scared to get kicked off Facebook or all of this other stuff for talking about the things that are going on out there that affect us. And that's a bold move. That's courageous because how can we not discuss these things when we know that November 1st is what, a few days from now?
We talking about what,
And
5 days?
Less than a week. Less than a week.
less than a week. We're talking about something that will affect millions of families, not just, I'm sorry, people, not just us,
Right.
millions.
It's everybody.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
not just
Everybody.
us.
So
Yes.
think about this. Y'all know I'm a nerd. Okay, so you stop SNAP, right? Therefore, people can't shop, right?
Yep.
So in order to compensate for those that are not shopping, they're going to have to raise the prices because you have a certain segment of our country that cannot afford groceries, are not receiving anything to help them with groceries. So that rolls over to the grocery stores because now they have to raise their prices. It affects people that actually have not forms, like let's say you go to the farmers market every weekend to get your fresh. Well, if we remove that money from those people, because most EBT, I was in Illinois, and I didn't even know you could buy fresh fruit uh, with EBT or SNAP. Well, they do accept it so that the people can eat fresh foods, fresh fruits. Well,
Healthier.
Oh, that's
now
good. That's good.
this person doesn't have that. Now you've wiped out her income because the
Right.
bulk of her income is coming from those that are on SNAP or receive EBT because the state gives them a little extra money to eat fresh foods. So this is a whole big old thing, and we're all looking at uh, people celebrating people not being able to feed their children. That's crazy to me because we
That's crazy.
assume wrongly that those people that are on SNAP or that receive EBT are people that are lazy, don't work. Well, no, you have to have a job.
No, it's not always. No.
That's not
Not all.
always the truth. Here, you have
Yep.
to have a job.
Now, of course,
You have to
it
work.
is some people that's gonna do
We
whatever
always,
they got. I mean, you gonna always have those that's trying to break the
you
system.
always have the ones that's going to
But
do the
I can
most.
guarantee you, it's more of the ones that really need it versus the ones that's just cheating the system because they have started making boundaries, like setting up things where you can't just out because I don't want to work, I don't want to have a job. Well, those people are starting to get that was starting way before now that they was
Way,
pushing
way,
those
way
out.
before now.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Wait,
about the family that has 7 kids and she's a single mama. And I know you said, well, she didn't have no business having 7 kids. Okay, and you didn't have no business doing a whole lot of things that you did either.
but you did.
You didn't either. The only
You didn't
difference
even.
is she got caught up every single time. You didn't get caught. That's really the only difference.
That
um,
is the only difference. You just didn't get caught.
You
you just
just
didn't.
didn't get caught. But the
Just didn't get
reality is, we all have to pull together and understand that things are going to change. From even to the point of, like Reverend Pat's example, as you stop one thing, you set off a chain reaction of other things. So what will
change.
happen now is you're going to force some people, because there will be some people who don't have a strong community, who don't
Mm-hmm.
have a church who's going to give them, the resources and the food
Money.
and
Yep.
things. They're not going to have access to that. They're not going to have a baby daddy or members of their family who are in positions to help them. They're going to resort to stealing. They're going to resort
Yes.
to going and
And
doing some
stealing,
things
killing,
not
like the crime.
prostitution, stealing, whatever it is. They're going to resort to doing some things that are going to cause them to that they never
That
imagined
is
they would have. And so
Yeah.
now
detrimental to
that's
the community.
other things
Period.
that are going to happen, because now that's going to put more police presence in your community. So if they're out here watching the grocery stores, what's going to happen when somebody else is doing crime somewhere else? They won't be available. So the thing about
Yep.
it is you have to be mindful of what you put in motion. It's just like how they say life and death is in the power of your tongue. Actions that you
Mm-hmm.
do will create what is Newton's law, for
Yep.
every action there's an equal and opposite
Yeah.
reaction.
Yep.
When you put something in motion, you don't know what that's going to lead to. You may think, oh, well, we're going to show them it's time for them to get off of that and they're going to have to do that and the other. Maybe so. And for some people, they will rally and they will say, you know what, I've
They
been wanting to go back
will.
to school all my life. Now it's time. Well, I've been wanting to start this business. They've been telling me this is the time. It's going to be some people who will do that, but there also will be some people who will not. And they will think about other ways to get over and to get ahead
Yep.
and to make it
The
happen for their people,
scamming,
right or
like,
wrong, good or bad, ugly or not, it's still going to happen. So the chaos that you start to create will trickle down to the people who never expected to experience it. So now we got to be mindful. We got to be diligent. We got to
we
start
gotta
looking
be
out for our
watchful.
kids. We got to
Yes.
have conversations with our kids so they feel good about themselves. So they're not having to go to school just to be able to have somebody to talk to them. I love when I say when Robin Pat is on her show and her grandson comes up and he gives her a hug and everything and he wants to kiss. I love that because he know he can. And she
And
makes
the
sure
the
that she
love
know
part
I'm
of
not
it, Angela.
stopping my show just so
That's what.
he's important. And I
Yeah.
need him to know he's important no matter what else is going on.
Yep.
That is what we need to get back to, the love of our family, the love of our community,
Mm-hmm.
pulling together and letting people know, baby, you don't stop nothing over here. You think because you stop the stamp, so for them, guess what? She's still going to eat. Her
Yep.
kids still going to eat. Guess what?
Yep.
We're going to make sure they still going to have coats and
And
clothes and whatever.
somebody else's kids gonna eat. Not only is
Exactly.
my kids gonna eat, somebody else's kids gonna eat. Because I
Yeah.
think about my household, the amount of food that we throw out is
Oh, girl.
ridiculous.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's
That part.
ridiculous.
I hate throwing out food, honey.
Like
I
throwing
could
out food
spend
to
the day.
Well,
me,
you
it's
know what?
like my
There
10
were eight
puts
of
me in
us.
a like like
It
are
was
we
eight of
really
us.
getting ready to throw that whole pan of chicken away? Like, no, let's figure out something.
Baby, Dwayne, we have out here about a whole thing of croissants, and I don't know what's going on with the croissants now, but baby, they last maybe a good 3 days, maybe four, before
Maybe
they
two
mold. Maybe two.
before
I
they
was gonna
moved.
say two, but I was gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Run had a big old whole box, and so although we love them, I was getting ready to fix one. And I looked, I said, I know that ain't a spot, baby. I had put in the refrigerator thinking I could slow it down. I said, open, pulled it up. The rest of them was jacked up too. So we had to
See?
throw all of that away. So do you know that you know who else could have been benefited from that? Who else could have
Exactly.
got
Yeah.
that and been eating from it? Yes. So
I
I
we
don't
need
know
to
what it
clean
is,
out my
but we just had the
refrigerator
same
right
thing
now.
happen.
Like literally right now. I
I
need
just
to
talked to
clean
my
out my refrigerator. And what's in the refrigerator could feed another family. It might not be what they choose to eat, but it really could. Be, and you throwing it in the trash, like like really, like it just it hurts my heart because it's some child out there that just wish they had just a bowl of turnip greens. Not they don't even
yeah.
need the
They
other
don't
stuff
need
to
the
go
time.
with it.
Mm-mm. But that's why I think this is
Did she freeze?
I think so.
Yeah, but it's coming together, and
Yes.
the coming together is it's still like I know it's single moms. I was a single mom before. My grandmother was a single mom. My mom was like that whole singleness is all through my family. And
Uh-huh.
you have to take time to just how was your day? Like I want to go back to that real quick. Like just I know everything is going crazy, but instead of talking on your cell phone when you pick the kids up, put the phone down and just talk to your babies and ask them how they're feeling. Who don't have lunch?
Right.
Somebody, I remember Alicia used to always take 2 sandwiches to school because it was always somebody that didn't have a sandwich. And that might be big, but that might be small. But if we start to just add a little bit more in your lunchbox,
Yes. You don't know, and I'm telling y'all, listen, even if it's a peanut butter sandwich, don't knock it. Where we are right now is trying to give provision, and it's not about, you know what I'm saying? Stop being embarrassed. At the end of the day, we all have had something or go on in life, whatever it looks like. And let's pull together because what they need to see is that community is more powerful than anything. Uh, Tina said, I remember Tiana always taking extra snacks for the other kids.
yes.
You gotta
I mean,
be
and
the
maybe
one
it's
that
just a
makes a
snack
change for
in your
somebody.
eyes, but a snack to a child is
Thank you.
like grand. Like you got some Chips Ahoy cookies, like that, like
Baby, and share with somebody again. They be
and
like,
share it
baby,
with
thank
somebody.
you.
So everybody
It's a
is in a
game changer.
different place in life, but y'all all know, where did your faith come from? It came from a situation. More than likely, your built faith came from a situation that you had no other choice but to lean and depend on faith. You had no other choice but to learn to trust. So maybe we're not there, but I'm telling you, everybody wasn't there until they came and said your job is gone, your daddy
Exactly.
walked out.
And then
They
you got to
wasn't
figure out
there.
another way. You got to figure out another way. And the thing about it is, I love about us because as we talk about melanin in marriage and melanin communities, our black and brown sisters and brothers, when we talk about that, we know we are some of the most resilient people on the planet. And when you think that you've done something that's going to create chaos in our lives, we figure it out. We make it happen. So that's what I need people right now. When we talk about the Empowered Morning Show, get empowered to know that God is your source. It doesn't matter what the government is trying to do. God is your source. He will be a provider. It will come through somebody. Figure out what you can do. Like Sparkle and I just said, we throw away food like it's nothing, but there's somebody we can bless with that. Figure out how you can help out. Figure out who you can share some things with. Figure out how you can help a single mother or an elderly person with what their needs are. Because I'm telling you, as you help somebody else, God is going to see you as somebody I can keep pouring into. I can keep helping give. I can help keep doing these things because I know you're going to go out and make sure somebody else is good. I don't care if
Yeah.
it's one family you help or 10 people you help. I don't care
Yep.
what it looks like, whether it's food, whether it's giving somebody a ride to work, whether it's babysitting somebody's kids because you sitting at home all day, whatever it looks like, we've got to make sure that we pull together because community will be what we all have as everything else around us falls
Yep.
apart. And then you
It's
give
community.
encouragement. Be empowered to empower somebody else that, yes, you may not get stamped, but guess what we're going to do? We're going to sit here and figure out what can you do, baby? You can bake some pie. Well, Thanksgiving is coming up. Let's go ahead and put that out there. And while we're doing that, let's do X, Y, and Z. Oh, you can sew. Oh, you can whatever it looks like. You're
We
administrating
all
the
have
town.
talents
We've
and
got
gifts.
something that we can do. You know, somebody sitting over there just making flyers for people just to be doing something. And now you're going to make it, instead of a hobby, you're going to make it a business because you're going to get out there
Yep.
and say, I'm creative. I can help you to, brand your business. I can set up a website. It's so many people who got gifts and skills that they don't even think about because it's so natural to them.
Yep.
Tina
It's
said,
natural
I'll
to
feed them
them.
all day, but I ain't watching nothing. Listen,
Tina,
it ain't for the
Tina, I'm with you. I'm
me too.
with you. I'll feed them
Girl,
though. You know, I don't mind buying. You remember in the community when you went to the grocery store, you always bought another box of popsicles. It was just another box, and when you like the kids playing, you passed out popsicles just because it wasn't no. I remember my neighbor had 0 kids, but she had the best snacks for us. Had no, like she had no children, but every day, every other day, she had some good snack for us. And y'all, she bought name brand. It was not great value,
it wasn't
but
no
that
good.
was
Oh
her
yes, with
way.
some good stuff. Because my
Yeah,
sister-in-law does it.
that
She
was
does
her
it right
way
now and gives it
of
to other
pouring
kids. They
back.
come up to her house to get. She has
Girl,
kids,
we
but other kids in the
no
neighborhood
no
come up
no.
and say, Miss Shelley, you got some more of that stuff? And she's like, yeah, come on in. And she gets,
Look, the
kids know
community,
where to
we
go.
used to love seeing her pulling groceries out of the trunk. We already knew, like, Miss
Good morning,
Luba went
Kathy.
to the grocery store.
Hey, listen, all excited because she done went and looked out for somebody else. I'm telling y'all, what you do for somebody else, God will do for you. Don't mistake that. We talk about the Empower Morning Show, and we had this conversation because somebody is going to need you. If you're
Yep.
looking at this, somebody is going to need you, your resources, or even if you don't have anything that you think you can give, your thoughts, your ideas can help somebody else. You
Help
may have been
somebody
through
else.
something and you can tell them, baby, go on around the corner to this place over here. They got stuff over there to help you out. It's something that you can do. Closed mouths don't get fed. But at the same time, when you don't share, stop being a gatekeeper and not letting people know where to go to get resources and get
Yeah,
assistance and get help.
exactly.
Keeping stuff to yourself because you know, oh girl, I found a place over here, girl, they're gonna give me some
I ain't
groceries
telling
and I ain't
nobody,
telling
because if
nobody
I
nothing.
tell
Don't
somebody,
be that person.
everybody gonna go. So
Right.
I'm but
Don't be
we
that
we
person.
can't be like that. Like, let's love. And I again want to tell you, remember, this is the last week of October. I don't care how hard life is looking right now. I don't care what the government said. At this point, I don't care what they have to say. I need you to know to trust God. Every time something comes up, you tell God how much you trust him. You tell him how much. I don't have the, like, God, I'm just trying to learn how to trust you. And we all there. We're all still trying to learn how to trust God more. So y'all have a fabulous day. We will see you back on Winning Wednesday, because we are dedicated to come back tomorrow. So we will see you back on Winning Wednesday. Have a great Tuesday. Turnaround Tuesday. Turn around that mindset. Turn around that heart.
Baby,
Turn around. The
turn
last
around.
shall be first. And I know you feel like you've been last a lot of times, but baby,
It's
it's
your
turning
time, baby.
around for
It's turning
you.
around and it's your time, baby. It's
Yes.
all coming together.
Have a
You
great
just
one.
need to
I
trust it.
believe God. Do you believe
Yes.
God? We believe God. We believe God. Have a blessed one. We will see you tomorrow.